Today we are going to discuss an interesting topic, and the topic is the Chaura incident. This Chaura incident was the only reason for Mahatma Gandhi to call off the non-cooperation movement he had started in 1920. All of us know that, हम सब लोग इस बात को जानते हैं कि महात्मा गांधी experimented truth and non-violence successfully for the first time in his life in South Africa against the white government. When he came back to India in 1915, he appealed to the people of India to cooperate the British because they were involved in the First World War and they were our rulers. In this respect, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was absolutely right. वो बिल्कुल सही थे. उनका ये मानना था कि ब्रिटिश हमारे रूलर हैं और वो अभी फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार में फंसे हुए हैं, तो हमारा ये दायित्व बनता है कि हम उनको कोऑपरेट करें. तो 1915 से लेकर 1920 तक जो गांधी जी का पीरियड है इंडिया में, उसको कई लोगों ने कोऑपरेटिव गांधी पीरियड भी कहा है. कोऑपरेटिव गांधी पीरियड क्यों कहा? इसलिए कहा कि मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी अपील्ड टू द पीपल टू कोऑपरेट द ब्रिटिश ड्यूरिंग द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार. But during the First World War, on one hand, Indians had been cooperating the British. On the other hand, the British had always been dishonoring the efforts of the Indians, the truthfulness of the Indians, the honesty of the Indians. How? Without consulting the Indian National Congress and without consulting the Indian Muslim League, the British dragged India into the First World War. They didn't give any relaxation to the farmers in Bengal as far as revenue collection was concerned. They introduced the system of forced recruitment. Then, Gandhi ji experimented truth and non-violence in India for the first time for the indigo cultivators in Champaran in Bihar against the indigo plantation owners. It was, of course, a very successful experiment by Mahatma Gandhi. Then, the Rowlatt Act and its harass provisions forced Mahatma Gandhi to call it the Black Act. Then, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Then, the question of Khilafat. These all incidents forced Mahatma Gandhi to become non-cooperative. And in 1920, the proposal of non-cooperation movement was accepted by the Indian National Congress. The non-cooperation movement was started in 1920. But we have to remember one thing. Gandhi ji had declared that the non-cooperation movement will be entirely based on truth and non-violence. Satyagraha. That is the topic we are going to discuss today. So the topic is, once again, I tell you what? The Chaura incident. Chauri Chaura is a village in Gorakhpur district in Uttar Pradesh at present and at that time the United Provinces. When the non-cooperation movement was going on 2nd February 1922 in Chauri Chaura village of Gorakhpur district of the United Provinces at that time and present day Uttar Pradesh, a procession was organized, a protest was organized against the open selling of liquor and price rise of food items by a retired army personnel, Bhagwan Ahir. The Viceroy had already ordered all the police officers in British India to be very firm, very strict. So, there was a lathi charge in Chauri Chaura on the procession which was led by Bhagwan Ahir. The date you must remember, 2nd February 1922. Okay. Then many followers of Bhagwan Ahir were arrested and brought to the police station at Chauri Chaura village. They were put in the lockup. The news spread fast. On 4th February 1922, a very huge crowd from Chauri Chaura went to that police station and started arguing against the arrest of Bhagwan Das Ahir and his followers. The argument became very heavy and the argument became very aggressive from both the sides. And the agitated crowd set the police station on fire. 22 policemen were burned to death. 3 civilians were also shot dead in the police firing. This was a violence. This violence was reported to Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Martial law was declared in Chauri Chaura and in the areas around Chauri Chaura. On 12th February 1922, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi declared the non-cooperation movement at national level to be suspended. 19 persons were further arrested and kept in the lockup, and finally they were executed. In 1971, Chauri Chaura Shaheed Smarak Samiti was organized. In 1973, the Shaheed Smarak Samiti of Chauri Chaura erected one Shaheed minaret in a triangular shape of 12.2 meters height. On all the 3 sides of the minaret, the images of the Shaheeds in Chauri Chaura were depicted. The government of India erected another Shaheed Smarak. Later on, the Indian Railway started a train from Gorakhpur to Kanpur and named it as the Chauri Chaura Express. So, my dear students, the incident that took place in Chauri Chaura on 4th February 1922, in which 22 policemen were burned to death in the fire set by the crowd, agitated crowd, and 3 persons had died in the police firing, was the main reason behind calling off the non-cooperation movement by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. I hope all of you have understood this topic. Thank you very much. God bless you.